What's going on, y'all? What it is. So let's go ahead and slide on these topics. So the first thing I want to discuss is the fact that a lot of people seem to be upset with the fact that 50 made an appearance on the Andrew Shulz show after the things that he said about Kendrick Lamar and also the things that he said about black women in particular and things like that. And so it's no surprise that 50 showed up to the show. To me, I've been seeing the shift in 50 Cent as it pertains to who he aligns with, and that's his right. He can do that if he wants to. He's a grown man, correct? But the thing about it is to get on that couch and to sit there and make light of a joke that Andrew Shulz thought was funny as it pertains to Kendrick Lamar when he said he wanted to be intimate with Kendrick, and given the nature of our history and how things were back then when men, women, and even little ones were taken advantage of in an intimate way against their will, it just seems as though like some of us seem to be out of touch, and 50 Cent is one of them to go up there and to make a mockery of the situation. Now, just to refresh y'all's memory, the reason why Andrew said that he wanted to force himself onto Kendrick in an intimate way, aka basically R him, is due to the fact that when Kendrick put out his album, there's a song on there called Whacked Out Murals, and basically Kendrick said never let a YT comedian disrespect a black woman. And so he didn't mention Andrew's name, but a lot of people felt that he was talking to Andrew, and so Andrew responded in that way.
Just Kendrick, I would make love to him. There's nothing he could do about it. Just Kendrick Lamar, I would make love to him, and the only thing that he could do is decide if it's consensual or not. That's the only thing he could do. If it's me and Kendrick, this is about physics. It's about physics. I don't even know if I'll get hard. But if we're in a cell, there's a chance that if we're in a cell and we're bored and we done tattooing each other, whatever you do in the cell, and we ran out of board games and we did all the other things, we cleaned everything, and I'm like, man, I might as well you.
Disgusting, right? So yeah, 50 goes on to Andrew's show and he asked them about the situation with Kendrick. There's a bunch of cackling. I'm sorry, he's playing up to Andrew, brown nosing. I want to say another thing, but I'm not. But you could just tell that 50 is just in awe and enamored with being in the presence of Andrew Shulz. I mean, it was just pretty despicable in my estimation. Then he goes on to talk about Jay-Z. Now listen, Jay-Z and Diddy, we know that they're not innocent when it comes to everything and all the accusations that are up against them. But what I will say, 50 has been a hater for a long time. He is jealous of the position that Diddy was able to put himself in, and also Jay-Z, financially, business-wise, and things of that nature, and he really wants to take their spot. Now, we can question how Jay-Z and to the position that they got to. I'm pretty sure that they stepped on a few necks, and some people were deleted for certain individuals to get to where they are. But listen, that goes for most of the billionaires. They've done the same thing to obtain that amount of wealth, right? So we just can't sit there and say it's just Jay-Z and Diddy. They're just amongst the community and we're in tune with them more. But you don't make it to be a billionaire without doing something very shady. But either way, 50 Cent just wants to be in that position. I want to play you guys a snippet of the interview where 50 visited the Andrew Shulz show. So sit tight and I'll be back.
I want to perform for you. Like, look, there's certain guys that, look, you see how you came to Human Harmony? Mm-hmm. Our relationship is a little different. If he does a favor for me, I'm going to return the favor, bro. Like, that's not going to be a point that I don't.
Now, I will say, you did that even before I did anything, man. That's love.
And I'm looking at it going, nah, it's cool because I'm a fan of it.
Respect.
Right? But I don't understand what got into you. This made you say you was gonna Kendrick.
Whoa. I said make sweet love.
Sweet love. I registered for it.
No.
Wrong way.
No, we wouldn't do
No, it's not. Looks, you know what? I apologize, guys.
Yes, this is your camera, right? Yeah, this
is from years and years of trauma. This comes from the neighborhood that I grew up in. This comes from a lot of different things, and make sweet love. I heard when you said it.
That's the.
It was aggressive. I don't know why I registered it that way. And then look, for people to write petitions behind it, it's crazy.
It's crazy.
That is crazy. They're ready to hate on Drake.
Yes. Yeah. You're always ready to hate on who's on top. And now Kendrick, if Kendrick's on top, there's going to be people ready to hate on him. And he's never been in that position.
Nah,
he always been an underdog.
But he's been a media darling.
Yeah. Because he's not number one.
But Kendrick got trophies I didn't even know that they had.
Which one?
Like Pulitzer
Prize. Yeah.
What the fuck? How a rapper get that?
Sit down. Be humble.
Wait, what the fuck? This is what they would like hip hop culture to be.
Oh, what do you mean by that?
Like look at the themes. Good Kid, Bad City, Mad City. You know what I mean? Like it's coming out of the environment and being that talented. So they would like it to be that, and it'd be
less scary and dangerous.
Less aggressive, less parts of the environment.
Because you can sell it to more people.
Right.
You can sell it to way more people.
Because I didn't even know what that was. When he got that one, I was like, whoa, what's that? Like I seen, look, when Jay signed his contract, the big one was with Beyonce. Mm-hmm. When he signed that contract, the marriage contract, he got trophies. No,
I was wondering what you talking.
Trophies came rolling in, buddy. He started getting Grammys left and right, man. I mean, look, if you look at his career,
wow. You're gonna let him say that?
Jay was getting Grammys.
He had one.
50 Cent is kind of a weirdo, and I think we've been letting him rock too long. Like, I get it. He's like a people's champion because we've seen his story of triumph. However, after triumph, often begins the villain arc. His appearance on the Andrew Shulz podcast kind of let me know that he doesn't actually want to be the moral code or the moral compass for the culture. He just wants to implement his own business practices and his own views of the culture so that he can run the whole thing. He just wanted Diddy out of the way. He just wants Jay-Z out of the way. Like, that's what he's saying. Like, for him to champion Drake the way he did, when Kendrick comes from the same family tree, from your same family tree, the same family tree that saved your life, you pick Buddy, then you say Drake should take a break and let Kendrick carry the torch and be responsible for carrying and moving the culture forward. What about this year proves that he can't do that? He didn't even drop an album. That's not the album. That's a tape. Next year is gonna be insane. I think we should keep an eye on 50 Cent for real. I'm just putting it out there.
Right, so we all heard how Kendrick was talking on the Whacked Out Murals, and he was talking about how you're not gonna let no comedians talk about black women, and that's law. Everybody that thought he was talking to Andrew Shulz, he don't give a about Andrew Shulz, man. Like y'all really not paying attention. He's talking about those media platforms that allows that to happen. One thing that we're not unaware of as black people is that a lot of people have certain notions and certain stereotypes about us. They have certain preconceived notions about black people. And the way that they get around telling these preconceived notions about black people is that they say it's joke and they say it's comedy and they try to make a joke about it. You know what I'm saying? And part of Andrew Schulz's response to something that wasn't even for him, I respected it a little bit because he came back with more comedy. But then when you start trying to talk about, oh, hip hop, y'all been disrespecting women for long, blah, 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 so why can't we do it? Just like if I say anything bad about a and not get canceled, don't say nothing bad about black people because we need to start canceling y'all. And again, he wasn't talking to Andrew Schulz. He was talking about the black to happen.
All right, so you guys just heard all of that. So I want to read you all some of the comments that were made as it pertains to 50 going on the Andrew Schulz show. So this person says 50 Cent is a super you-know-what and a loser. There's a reason why you didn't hear about his music past 2004. Leave him there. Then another person says 50 Cent has been a terrible A blank. He went on Andrew Schulz show, and that should tell you everything you need to know about his racial solidarity. Then another person says, I love Kendrick down, but it's hilarious that it's taken 50 Cent's behavior towards him for y'all to finally acknowledge what a weird blank 50 has always been a trash panda, been a blank, been a poor father, been anti-blank, and blank as hell. It didn't start in 24. All right, so you guys just saw and heard all of that, and I'm interested to know what Dr. Dre thinks about all of this because, man, he didn't have to go on that show and do Kendrick like that. I mean, he clearly said that he was Team Drake. Now, I know that Dr. Dre has no authority on who 50 Cent aligns himself with. 50 Cent is his own man, but at the end of the day, did he really have to go on there and carry on and cackle and giggle and things like that over something that I deem and many other people deem to be extremely disrespectful in what Andrew said about Kendrick. And another individual that's always with Andrew is Charlemagne the God. We got to look at him too. I mean, every time someone does something that disrespects us, it seems as though that so many individuals from our community always find a way to massage their feelings and make them feel okay, to reassure them like, hey man, you okay, it's all good. Continue to keep doing what you do. Continue to keep disrespecting us. They ain't gonna do nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? How can they? And if I'm honestly speaking, I'm just speaking from my experiences. I've had more white tea people to do more for me than my own people, but the difference with me is I haven't lost myself in that because I know that we're still valuable as a culture. But anyway, I'm gonna let this go. I want you all to drop down in the comments and let me know what you think about this whole entire situation. I want you guys to feel free to give me your thoughts and analysis. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and if you're new here, consider subbing to the channel. Peace.